on Ward Creek Trail. This is the trail they do tours on in the summer. Well, I did for several years. Probably won't this year. It's cold this morning, even though it's the end of March. Brought out the old balaclava. Jackson with me. Eddie. This is our first stop on the tours. I like to show the tourists this. This is little baby skunk cabbage. Those will grow to, these usually get about 2 feet high, but skunk cabbage can get up to about, I think the biggest ones I've seen are like 5 feet high, or maybe 4.5 feet. But there are some of our first signs of spring. They grow in the mucky, mushy areas. Here's a muskeg. Muskegs, very common here. They're some of our only open territory on the land. They're created when leaves and organic matter falls into sort of a bowl in the rock, which this island is made out of. And it rots very slowly over time because it's wet and it's cold, so it just builds up and builds up, and so you get this squishy bog material. And they often have little ponds in them. It's pretty frozen today, so less squishy than normal. Here's one of the little ponds. Right here, we have a yellow cedar. And we have a red cedar, both really common here. The red cedars are used to build the clan houses of the Tlingit who originally lived here, still live here. And the yellow cedar is used for smaller carving projects like masks and rattles, just smaller native art projects. The red cedars are also used for totem poles. It can be really tough to find one that's not all twisted like this one is. And down below here, and I don't think you can see it due to the light, I'll take you down there. You can see a small cedar. Let's see if I can get the light to cooperate. The bark's been stripped off part way up there. That's what the native weavers do. They strip off the bark to make their baskets, capes, and hats. You'll see some of the native tour guides even wearing the hats that they weave out of that. And you can take classes here to learn how to do traditional native carving and weaving. So the cedar trees are pretty important around here. And they tend to grow in very specific places. The trees live a really long time. The red cedars, I think, live about 1,200 years. The yellow cedars about 1,000 years. And when they die, they can take up to about 500 years to rot down and disappear. Pretty interesting trees. Jackson, where's the limit of yellow cedars? Do you remember? Like where?
The northern boundary in the range?
Yeah. Are we the northern boundary?
Yeah, pretty much. They're doing pretty badly here. That's why you see them with the dead tops.
Oh,
like
yeah.
These ones over here.
Yeah, that's an old dead yellow cedar, isn't it?
I mean, you probably find them about 50 miles north of here, 100 miles north of here, but
yeah,
we're like the only town in Ketchikan, or in the southeast.
Interesting. And this is a red alder. These are our weed trees. They grow fast. They grow everywhere, especially where the soil's been disturbed. And they only live about 60 years. They are used for some carving projects too. And people love them for firewood. Oh, here comes another dog. I guess they're leaving. Hi again. That's such a pretty. Can I pet it?
No, yeah, you can pet her.
Hi, Punky.
This is Mesa.
Hi, Mesa.
Different name.
Picking up the little dog because that big dog gets a little too excited about him, and you have to be careful with the little dogs. Sometimes they can trigger prey drive in a bigger dog. We had a Chihuahua that was badly injured a couple of times by big dogs years ago, so we're extra careful now. I bought this. This is a stun gun. Hopefully might help to save one of our dogs' lives if we run into an extra bad dog. It's kind of a cheapy one. Don't know how well it'll work. Has a little flashlight, but has a tiny switch, which I'm worried about not being able to hit at the right time. But if nothing else, maybe it would scare off a bad dog. But it's always a concern when you're walking a small dog on the trails. Alright, we're almost back to the car now. Time to get some breakfast. If you want to see a really epic biking adventure in a storm, check out this video right over here. Power down. I mean, shut down. Turn off. Shut off. Shut off. Shut down.